What's up, folks? I was just browsing the internet and I saw somebody post a video on Facebook. So I watched it, and I've seen the videos of the cops killing black people that are unarmed or just really abusing their power, and this the whole stereotype of like the guy who got picked on in high school, and then he became a cop so that he could have power over people, but then the power goes to his head and he starts abusing people. Well, this takes that to another level. This is like some next level shit right here. Basically, what you're about to see is a cop confronting a groundhog on the highway, holding up traffic, a lot of traffic. And then when the groundhog runs towards him, he shoots the groundhog and kills it. Okay, so at first I was thinking maybe he's trying to get the groundhog across the road so nobody runs it over. Well, then he ends up shooting it anyway. Well, anyway, let's just watch it. Fucking ridiculous, man.
OMG.
OMG.
This cop is talking. He's talking to the freaking groundhog.
It's like the groundhog whisperer, like this cop is sees a groundhog and he thinks, I'm gonna try to talk to it. Maybe I can see what it's thinking. Maybe he can speak to my dead relatives.
No, he's not.
I like this girl's reaction to it too. She's like cracking up. But if I was in this traffic jam, I'd be pissed. I'd be like, man, I'm trying to get to work or whatever, or trying to get to the bar, or to my friends, or to the supermarket, or do whatever, and I'm getting stuck in traffic for some bullshit.
Freaking
One person turns around. They're like, I'm not putting up with this. I'm going the other way.
He's like, listen, pat me. This is not happening.
Oh, backs up. The groundhog is starting to stand his ground. I think the cop got a little bit scared for his life here.
Happening right now. No, this is not happening right now.
I wouldn't believe it either. This shot right here reminds me of that scene in The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly in the graveyard, where like Clint Eastwood and the other two guys are staring at each other, and they're like zooming in on the eyes and then like zooming in on their guns and their holsters, and it's just like really intense, and the music's playing, and it's like, who's gonna pull the gun first and what's gonna happen, and there's that music playing. That's what this reminds me of.
Oh my god. He's suicidal, or he's trying to go home. Oh, he wants to get patted.
Notice how he's like, back up everybody, for your safety and for mine, I don't want anybody to get injured from this groundhog, this armed and dangerous groundhog over here. It runs up towards him, freaks out, and then he goes into instinctual mode.
Oh my gosh!
Shoots it. Shoots it. Actually shoots the groundhog, right? So that whole theory about him, he's trying to get the groundhog off the road so that it doesn't get hit by a car and become roadkill, that's out the window. My new theory is that he was driving around, bored, couldn't find anybody to harass, and he sees the groundhog, and he's like, well, you know what, maybe I can goad this thing into chasing me, and then I can shoot it, and claim that I was in fear for my life. And so he's just looking for an excuse to get to fire off his weapon. That's my theory. I think this cop was looking for an excuse to shoot his gun. And that's exactly what he did. So now what happens is the groundhog is writhing in pain on the ground. He walks around and assesses the situation.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh!
Look at it.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
It actually gets back up. Maybe I should put this thing out of its misery.
Oh my god!
So he shoots it again from point blank.
Oh!
And he still doesn't kill it. It's still writhing on the ground, and he just walks away like a boss.
Oh my god!
He's like, alright, I got my adrenaline rush that I wanted.
Oh my
okay.
god.
Now I guess I don't need to take out my anger on some random black person. It's fucking twitching on the road. This is your tax dollars at work, folks. It's going to this fucking doofus, holding up all this traffic, keeping all these people from getting to where they want to go, just so he can, like, play with the wildlife and get a chance to get some kicks so he can shoot it and kill something. It's fucking ridiculous, man. This is what your tax dollars are going to. This. It's infuriating. What the fuck?